So, as Coach Lee introduced, I'm Justin the Wizard, and I'll get more on that in a second. But today I'm going to talk about spell slots, and this comes from Dungeons and Dragons. So there might be people in the audience here today or watching later who have played Dungeons and Dragons. And yes, this is very much those spell slots. And I'm going to talk about how to use those spell slots as a metaphor for energy management so that you can find success with your chronic conditions, including your neurodivergence. So let's begin. Like I said, I'm Justin the Wizard. I'm a national board certified health and wellness coach. I have a background as a semiconductor test engineer. I also can do STEM or STEAM mentoring and tutoring. Simply put, I'm a wizard. I also do all of my content generation work, my YouTube efforts, and things like that. I do without generative AI. I'm putting a very human touch on the work that I'm doing um, as a wizard. I believe strongly in putting that touch. So, spoon theory. This is the basis upon which the further analogy of uh, what we'll call spell slots is based. Spoon theory is okay. This is my honest opinion about spoon theory. It's okay. The spoons are a metaphor used as a unit of measurement to visualize the mental and physical energy that somebody has. Somebody with a chronic illness is going to have fewer of the spoons and is going to need to ration out their energy and basically spend their spoons on what matters to them. And they may not have all of the spoons necessary to complete everything they might want to do in a day. So it gives somebody that runs out of spoons the ability to have that discussion with others. They can share, I don't have the spoons for that, and use language like that and gain a new framework for understanding and sharing their understanding with others. Like I said, spell slots come from Dungeons and Dragons. And Dungeons and Dragons provides a few things that help to enhance the concept of spoon theory from the interchangeable spoon to some different sized spell slots. First off, we have spell levels, level from 0 or 1 up to 9. And a spell's level is generally going to tell you how powerful it is. So something like the magic missile spell that many wizards will use is available at first level, and the ninth level wish spell can change the planet. Cantrips are something that we refer to as the zero level spell. Characters can do this basically without limit, and the higher a spell's level, the more powerful the spellcaster needs to be in order to do the magic. The cantrip, that zero level spell, these can be done at will. They don't require the spell slots. They don't require preparation in advance. Something like washing your hands could be a cantrip, whereas taking a shower might be a spell slot, and taking a nice long bath could be something else that we call a ritual. A ritual is going to take longer to do, but it's also not going to spend one of those spell slots because you traded that use of time for the expediency of powerful magic. And so not only do spell slots give you multiple sizes, but you also get multiple different types of ways to cast your magic and utilize your energy each day. Um, so this drops into place of spoon theory, where you can use the spell slot as the interchangeable uh, piece. And so you can say, I can do um, many of these first level actions in my day. Um, I need to save some energy to do a second level thing, and then later in the week, I need to make sure that I don't burn out because I need to do a third level thing. The whole time, you'll be washing your hands regularly, doing those cantrips, doing those unlimited activities. And at the same time, you might be able to convert some of your magic from spell slot magic into rituals by taking your time. And if you're taking your time to do your chores, well, that's a ritual. So, here are some concrete examples that might help you understand how to use spell slots as a way to simplify decisions in everyday life. First example, you have needs and you have wants. These aren't the same. You may need to spend the spell or use a ritual to cleanse your clothing. You may not need to spend additional or higher level magic for those clothes to be also ironed. The ironing is optional, the cleansing is necessary. Similarly, once the clothes are clean, you need to find the clothes that you want to wear. But as long as you can find what you're looking for, it may not even need to be neatly folded and put away. A basket of clean clothes is, after all, still clean. And that's basically the framework. There's a lot more to this, obviously, and the application of any change requires support. And to get that support, I'm available for coaching. Like I said, I'm a national board certified health and wellness coach, and I can utilize the spell slots theory that I've talked about today in my coaching with my clients. I can be booked for coaching via wizardwellness.org, my website, and my LLC is called, as Coach Lee announced earlier, it's Wizard Wellness of Oregon. So the website easily mimics that, wizardwellness.org for Wizard Wellness of Oregon. Uh, and I'll never forget it. And even if you don't want to seek out my coaching, you're welcome to look me up on YouTube and follow my now two different podcast efforts. So I have the Fairly Magical podcast, which is a talk and education podcast where I do a lot of discussion about health topics and other things, um, as well as some topics that are not related to any of the health and wellness domain whatsoever when we're feeling so inclined. That's kind of a variety. And then I also have coaches and counselors where myself, a couple of coaches that I know, and a counselor that Coach Lee actually introduced me to have gotten together to form an adventuring party, and we're playing the tabletop role playing game Daggerheart. And
2 minutes.
yeah, thank you, Coach Lee. So the Coaches and Counselors podcast is still very new, whereas Fairly Magical podcast has completed its first season. I'm very excited to be um, kind of into the work on both of these efforts as they've been a whole lot of fun. Uh, Coaching with a wizard often involves these spell slots, but is not uh, in any way prescriptive. One of the things that my coaching philosophy is centered on is a client centered approach. I will tune my coaching for the client in front of me, and no two clients will get exactly the same version of Justin the Wizard's coaching.